I hate to say it, but some of your clean beauty habits might be aging your skin. You've avoided toxins and switched to safer skincare, but your skin still looks dull, inflamed, or older than it should. I'm a toxicologist with a PhD in environmental toxicology, and I specialize in molecular detoxification. And I have decades of experience studying how everyday chemicals affect our health. Today, I'm breaking down 5 common mistakes even health-conscious women are making, and how to fix them without wasting money on new products. Oh, and by the way, once you see mistake number 3, you'll never look at your morning routine the same way again. A quick note before we get into it, my team tells me that over 80% of people watching are not yet subscribed. If you've been following the channel for a while, it's definitely worth subscribing. It's free and helps these videos reach more women who need them and genuinely supports the work that we're doing here. And I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so much. If you're committed to defying aging, it's tempting to think more actives equals better results. But is it possible to go too far? Let's say you're layering a vitamin C serum in the morning, a retinol at night, and adding a weekly peel. It sounds like a strong, solid routine until your skin starts stinging, flaking, or looking tired. Many routines stack acids, retinols, or enzymes without enough recovery time in between. The constant irritation weakens the skin barrier, which keeps moisture in and irritants and chemicals out. When it's damaged, your skin becomes red, inflamed, and even ages faster and could absorb toxins and other environmental chemicals at a higher rate. Yep, you heard that right. Inflammation increases oxidative stress, which drives visible aging. Even great products can cause problems if your skin doesn't have enough time to recover. So instead, I like to treat skincare actives like I do workouts by building in recovery days and rotating ingredients, which gives your skin barrier a break, and also focusing on products with soothing ingredients like ceramides and squalane. You know how I learned this the hard way? Years ago, I decided to try Disruptors or adapalene gel because I had horrible acne and everyone swore up and down it was the gold standard and the way to go. It was only available by prescription back then, and no one told me to moisturize properly or to even use sunscreen. Within a week, my face felt like it was ripping apart at the seams. Everything was dry, tight, and irritated. And then came the shedding. That was probably the worst part. We're not talking gently a few flakes here and there. I'm talking full on lizard snake shedding phase. Once the peeling finally stopped, my skin looked incredible, but the journey to get there was completely unnecessary. It wasn't giving my barrier any time to adjust. I was literally throwing strong actives at it and hoping for the best. And that experience is also why I'm so serious about adding those recovery days in my skincare routine to support barrier health. Because when your skin has time to recover, it becomes more resilient, and your products can actually do their job more effectively. You might think you've gone fully clean, but your products may still contain ingredients that can accelerate the aging of your skin. Here's a quick story. One of my clients thought she was doing everything right. She was using organic cleanser, clean SPF, and even a DIY body butter. But her moisturizer still had natural fragrance, which is often a loophole, a term on labels that allows brands to include synthetic additives without having to list them individually. And a lot of fragrance ingredients are potent allergens and irritants. And in the US, companies are not required to disclose the specific ingredients in fragrance, or you might see it on the label as parfum, even if it contains compounds that can irritate the skin or disrupt your hormones. This means that a product labeled as clean or natural can still carry hidden risks that are hidden under that vague umbrella term. Many so-called clean brands include synthetic fragrance or essential oils that can irritate sensitive skin. And even more concerning are endocrine disruptors like phthalates. These chemicals interfere with hormones and accelerate aging at the cellular level. A 2024 study found that phthalate exposure correlates with higher biological aging scores, which is a measure of how fast your body is aging versus your actual biological age. These scores are calculated using biomarkers in the blood like inflammation markers, metabolic factors, and immune indicators that reflect the wear and tear on your body's systems over time. And these compounds, specifically phthalates, are often hidden under these vague umbrella terms like fragrance or parfum. So what should you do instead? Choose fragrance-free products and avoid anything with phthalates or vague label terms like fragrance or parfum. Tools like the EWG Skin Deep database can also help, but reading ingredient labels more closely is really what will help you cut out hidden disruptors that both affect your hormones and your skin over time. You probably already know that collagen and elasticity in your skin decline with age, but what actually controls or influences that? The answer is simple: mitochondria. These are the energy centers of your cell, tiny little structures like batteries that produce ATP, which is the fuel that your body uses to power pretty much everything from wound healing to collagen synthesis and even glutathione production, which is your master antioxidant. And when your mitochondria are working well, your skin repairs faster and stays firmer for longer. But when they slow down, and this happens with age, but it also slows down even more quickly with environmental toxin exposure. And when your mitochondria slow down, so does everything else. But there are clinically proven mechanisms and tools that we can use to support mitochondrial function. Red light therapy is one of them, and it's actually one of my favorite ways because it helps to restore mitochondrial activity. Specifically, light at a wavelength of 660 nanometers has been shown in studies to stimulate collagen, reduce wrinkles, and improve healing of the skin. There are tons of studies on this red light therapy, as you can see on the screen right now. The device I'm using is called the Loombox. It's a portable red light therapy device that uses the exact wavelength 660 nanometers plus 830 nanometers near infrared, which penetrates deep into the tissues like joints and muscles. 660 nanometers, on the other hand, is the visible red light you see that helps to treat surface wounds, surface issues on the skin in particular. I use my Loombox every single day and it lives in my nightstand. It's basically the first thing that I do each morning when I wake up. I use it to treat my skin, and then I'll lay down on my bed and lean the device against my headboard so the light shines on my scalp for hair support. And then after the gym, I'll use the Loombox on the muscle groups that I worked out, and it really knocks down any soreness really fast so that I can recover more quickly and get back to working out at my regular schedule. And if me or one of my kids gets a cut or a bruise, the Loombox comes out. And if I have congestion or a sore throat, again, Loombox is there. Quite literally, the Swiss Army knife of wellness devices, and I even travel with it. I'll go ahead and drop the link below along with an exclusive discount in case you want to check it out. Because I know there are a lot of red light therapy devices out there, but the Loombox has been third-party tested for safety, EMF, and irradiance to make sure that it's actually emitting the light that it claims to. And that's why it works so well. You can also support mitochondrial health through consistent daily habits. You don't necessarily need a device for this. Nutrient-dense foods provide the vitamins and minerals that mitochondria need to function. Quality sleep allows for cellular repair and energy restoration, including mitochondrial function. And morning sunlight helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, which also supports mitochondrial activity. And of course, reducing your exposure to environmental toxins helps prevent additional stress on your cells and mitochondria. We often think of skin health as something that we treat from the outside in with serums, moisturizers, and expensive treatments. And those can work, but it's only a temporary fix because real skin resilience starts on the inside. When you support your mitochondria, you're actually helping your cells to produce the energy that's needed to repair, renew, and rebuild and build new collagen. Red light therapy is one practical way to do that, and when paired with supportive daily habits like a nutrient-dense diet, high-quality sleep, these can all strengthen your skin from the inside out. When your skin has a flare-up, it's easy to reach for a topical fix, and I'm not saying don't do that. I do it for sure, but sometimes the root cause is internal. So I like to take an inside-out approach. So let's say you ate a sugary breakfast, slept poorly last night, and you felt stressed all day. your skin probably starts looking puffy, red, or could even break out. And that's because elevated cortisol slows the healing process and actually can thin the skin. It's a stress hormone that's meant to help you survive short-term challenges or stressors, but many of us are living in a constant state of overdrive and too much stress. In the push to be more productive or optimize every moment, we can end up flooding our bodies with cortisol day after day. And that starts to wear on the skin. It will suppress repair, it will dull your complexion, and even contribute to premature lines and wrinkles, which is why it's more important than ever to just carve out a little time each day for rest and recovery. Even 10 or 15 minutes of true relaxation. That can be anything like just quiet time, journaling, deep breathing, meditation, reading, taking a walk, stretching. These can all lower cortisol levels and help you maintain balance. Supporting your nervous system isn't just good for your mood, it directly benefits your skin too. Now let's look at another internal trigger that often flies under the radar, which is blood sugar. Blood sugar spikes trigger the formation of compounds known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These bind to collagen and elastin, which are the proteins that keep your skin firm and bouncy and make them rigid and less functional. Over time, this leads to skin sagging, dullness, and even more pronounced lines. To prevent this, it's really important to keep your blood sugar steady throughout the day to avoid having spikes. And for me, that means starting meals with protein and fiber and avoiding sugary snacks, especially on an empty stomach, and maintaining regular meal times to reduce sharp glucose swings and spikes. The solution isn't always more product. It could be as simple as better food, sleep, and lowering your stress. Stabilize blood sugar with protein and fiber and prioritize quality sleep, regular movement, and reduce stress. That's because when you balance your systems on the inside, you're gonna have a cleaner, healthier, and more clear outside, which is reflected on your skin. And it's easy to treat skin as a surface concern, but aging often starts much, much deeper. Take, for example, two women who use the same exact skincare products, but one is sleep deprived and stressed, whereas the other is rested, nourished, and hydrated. Their skin will age differently. And topical products cannot offset high inflammation and oxidative stress internally. And basically your skin is reflecting your internal biology. So that's why it's important to address nutrition, hormones, and nervous system health, not just what you apply to your face. A whole body approach supports lasting skin health by addressing the deeper causes of aging. I'm curious to know which of these 5 factors surprised you the most, and definitely tell me which one you'll be fixing immediately down in the comments. So you know that endocrine disruptors and hidden toxins in your skincare can accelerate aging, even when you're using so-called clean products. But what about the invisible toxins that you're inhaling and eating every single day without knowing it? Check out this next video where I'll show you where microplastics are secretly entering your body and the science-backed tools, including one new supplement that can help to flush them out safely. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.